Hey, what's up, everyone? So I'm headed out to the fire department this morning, where we will be working with this current fire academy. So in addition to working with the fire academy, we also work with the permanent party folks as well. So we have some different training targets for both of those groups. So with the trainees, what it is we are trying to teach them what good motor patterns look like for the basic, human movements that they should hopefully incorporate for the rest of their life. But at any rate, that's step one, is teaching them how to move properly. And then once we have some consistency with that, then we can start to begin to push work capacity a bit more. And with that work capacity, we're not too interested in how heavy are they lifting right now. This is more of basically our 3 days that we have with them. So we have 2 30-minute sessions and one hour session, which is what we're going to do today. Between those 3 sessions, we have a moderate, low, and high stress day. So our first day of the week, which would have been Wednesday with them, Wednesday was a moderate stress where we just went through the basic movement patterns. We had turned it up a little bit because we've been practicing the previous couple weeks. So we're into week 3 at this point, so it's starting to get a bit more intense in terms of density within the session. The following day, Thursday, was what we call a low stress day, focused exclusively on restoration. So teaching them how to get in and out, more specifically focus on the parasympathetic response, but how to roll out tissue, how to work out tight knots, how to stretch, how to do some yoga poses. Just some very, very basic things that they need to know how to do so that they can come out of that high stress situation that they're used to once they will finish up their academy. So because as you know, with fire department, they can be sleeping for 10 minutes and then they get pulled on a call, and it could just be back-to-back calls, and that can be high sympathetic stress. They need to understand with any downtime how do they get into a parasympathetic state? What can they do to take care of themselves? And that even goes as micro as teaching them how to breathe, teaching them how to journal. Anything they need to do in order to lower their stress levels is absolutely key. So that brings me to today. Today, what we're going to do is going to be a high stress day. We have an hour with them. So all we're going to do is go through just our general warm-up, and then it's going to be a circuit practicing the motor patterns of these basic movements. But then the second half of that, we're going to put them on air and have them go through fairly high stressful workout circuit number 2. So when I say high stress, it's going to be there's going to have to be some communication within the team, and there's also going to be a bit more yelling from instructors and things like that. And I don't mean yelling in terms of bad things, but just creating some sort of semblance of chaos and stress within the session to see how they respond to it. And then at the end, once they've ran through a full bottle, we'll break everything down and debrief and talk about what went well, what did not go so well, what could they have done better, and then we'll have them go through some breathing exercises to get them out of that sympathetic stressful state. So that's kind of the design that we have with the trainees throughout any given week. Now, with the permanent party folks, since they tend to have a little bit more wear and tear, aches and pains and things like that, we will definitely talk to them about how to develop different training targets that they may have. All of them are are different age ranges. All of them have a different work capacity, and all of them are at a different starting point. And also they have a different injury history. So what we do with them is, a lot of it is we're trying to restore function as much as we possibly can. So we're trying to teach them how to gain back some of the range of motion that they may have lost over the years, as much as we possibly can. I mean, some of it, they might have an ankle or knee surgery or some other type of surgery that restricts movement, but we're trying to gain as much mobility as we can. We're trying to teach them about nutrition and recovery, sleep, and then as well as the training aspect. But that is priority one, is trying to get them to a healthier state, and then also restore function. And then once the function is restored as much as it possibly can be, and in that restoration, that new capacity becomes part of their norm, then we can begin to have more in-depth conversations about how to properly train on a more consistent level. But that is a bit slower moving, just because there's a lot of guys that aren't sure what to do, and they don't want to make a misstep or do something wrong, so they have been holding off. So now it's our job to come in and educate and teach and show these guys how to take care of themselves, because they've been so focused on taking care of others that they oftentimes neglect themselves, which is very common when it comes to first responders, whether we're talking police, fire, tactical, any of it, right? So we have to teach them and show them, here's how you take care of you so that you can better help other people. But anyway, just pulled in the fire station, and I'll try to get some video on this stuff so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So have a good day.